This is a time of our business, of our industry, where excellence is going to be a must. You guys cannot just get by. We cannot just show up and expect to win. That won't happen. There's a huge demand on this industry, and you guys being here have set yourself apart from everybody else, so time to execute. Because we have no failures. We don't have a single one of our clients that is not having a good time and not increasing. We don't have that. That doesn't work because our process works. So that being said, make sure it's not your fault that you're not going to do well. I'd like you to challenge our system by saying, you know what, you talked about 33% increase, you talked about 100% increase, how about 300% increase, big boy? I said, I'm in, because it's you. All we want to do is take about 1% credit, because all it's going to be you. All right, that being said, I'm going to bring somebody up here in a few minutes. And he's one of my best friends and also one of my best trainers, and just an incredible human being, a great father, a great friend, and just a great person, period. But before we do that, I want to talk to you guys about page number 25, please. We must master a different sales process for subprime customers and prime customers. We must master a different sales process for subprime and prime customers. Is that statement correct or incorrect? Who thinks it's false? Who thinks it's true? Okay. The answer to that is the statement is false. Now, even for the guys that said it's correct, is a correct statement, they're not totally 100% wrong. It's just that you don't have the salespeople to master two different sales processes and do it with a customer and not insult them. That being said, we have to unify them. The best person to narrow your inventory down to the best vehicle for this customer and the best vehicle for your dealership to sell this customer is the desk manager or the salesperson? It's the desk manager. The salesperson himself is not capable of doing that, because all he's going to do is going to go for the bling, for the light colors, for the fat wheels, for the stuff that is going to be easy to sell. So the person that can land the customer on the vehicle is who? The best qualified person to do it, and that is your sales manager, desk manager. These statements are true for both prime and subprime customers. Tell me, if you have a 900 Beacon score coming to your lot, you still want your manager to land them? Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, those people are not going to listen to us. Not everybody is as jaded as you are. There's a lot of nice people there that are looking for direction. You don't have to be the tough guy all the time. Just because you're tough doesn't mean everybody is that tough. And by the way, we already know you're a tough guy, so you don't have to prove it all the time, all right? Let's just have fun with our customers. As such, your sales process for prime and subprime customers should be the same. Here's one that I want you to highlight, and I want you guys to just go to the very next level with this as far as conviction. Number 4. Every lost sale can be directly attributed to missing one or more of the steps. There is no sale that is lost ever, other than there is 1 or 2 steps that got skipped or not even done. The faster you believe that, the faster you're going to double, triple, or quadruple the amount of cars that you sell. Yeah, but. Okay? You're the president of the Yeah, but club. Congratulations. We will have those badges printed for you. Put that on the side right now and we'll go through it, and then you tell me yeah, but at the end of the day. Again, one more time. Every lost sale can be directly attributed to missing 1 or more of the steps. If you think you are losing sales because of poor credit, you are dead wrong. If you think you are losing sales because of poor credit, you are dead wrong. We have right now an opportunity to introduce you to a sales process that was designed by necessity. They call it, necessity is the mother of all inventions. In today's world, there's 2 or 3 sales processes that is going on. One of them is about 25, 30 years ago. Got design and car guy from car guy, they passed it along, just like a man passes his watch to his son. They just passed that process in. In spite of that watch does not keep good time, somebody still keep it. Well, I don't want a watch that doesn't keep good time. I want a watch that keeps good time and looks good on my hand. So that being said, the 2 sales processes are out there. One of them is grab the customer, land them, congratulate him on being here, have a big smile, take him straight to the lot, make sure that he likes the car, get 50 yeses. That's the car you want. That's the one. Never discuss payments. Don't discuss price. Just make sure they love the car. And then after that, bring them to the dealership, and we're going to go on and sell them a car. That's one sales process, and it worked for a long time. It's not working like that anymore. Another sales process that got invented by a very lazy salesperson. I know we don't have any of them. I know none of you salespeople are lazy, so I'm talking about the other dealerships, okay? Somebody else. That sales process is as simple as this. Well, I want to make sure I have a real customer or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take blood samples from those people first and make sure they're not aliens. And then, by the way, since I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and check their credit to make sure how am I going to treat them. Because after all, they might not be human beings. They might just be bogues. Which bogues is a Latin word that came from the Latin culture, and it comes from bogarius. And bogarius is actually a cockroach. A cockroach. Okay, so now you understand where the roaches came from. All right? So now, take that nugget, keep that with you, all right? Okay, so what we do is we grab the customer, sit him down, and we say, what? Man, good to have you here. How you doing? Man, that's awesome. Come on in. I want to go ahead and have you registered for a prize inside the dealership. Sit down. Here's a credit application. Go ahead and fill that out. And after you fill that out, I'm going to go ahead and take you to my manager. But since my manager is not available all the time, I've learned how to pull credit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull credit. And I'm going to find out what beacon score you have. And anything less than 600, 550, 425, you're a star. That means you're gone. I'm going to launch you. And you're going to come back, and I'm going to launch you in the most appropriate way there is to know how. And because I've went to customer sensitivity classes. I know how to treat my customer. Listen, it's great having you here. I thought that was really nice for you to show up at our dealership. Do you have a cosigner? No, I don't. All right, how about some $2,000 down or thereabout? You don't have to be exactly that. How close can you get to it? Because you don't want to be really committal to those guys, okay? You just want to make it. How much do you have? Well, I tell you what. Here's my name. Here's my address. Here's my phone number. And as you can see, I got my cell number on my card because I care about my customers. Okay? And I want you to call me the minute you find a cosigner or what? Okay? You're going to call me, right? Love ya. They're gone. Is that customer going to call you back? But we do that what? Every day. Well, Helmy, we don't do that. We really do the first one. And the first one is a lot more humane because what we do after the customer lands on that Escalade and he responded to a $250 car payment, I got some hammers in my dealership. But let me tell you something. They know how to close. They'll bring that customer, they'll bump them $200, $300, and they will hammer that deal in. Man, that is awesome. That's what it's all about. How much money are you losing in that process? Because if a customer is at $250 and you bump them to $450, is that a good job? I think it's a wonderful job. I think it's skill beyond imagination. But who's winning on that one? Customer's not winning. He's not comfortable with the payment. The dealership is not winning because you had to go $500, $600, $700, $800 below invoice just to make that deal. So who's winning? Nobody. But we keep doing the same thing, and we keep telling our managers, I want a higher gross. I want this. I want that. Well, you can want it all you want. Unless something changed, you're going to get the same old results. Am I right? So what happened is we came up with this sales process. And this sales process is very simple. We didn't like invent it. We just realigned certain things. We said, all right, what makes sense? What makes sense is for us to have all the information so we make quality decisions. What makes sense for us to build good enough rapport where the customer likes us, loves us, respects us, to share a certain amount of information so we can serve them better? What makes sense for us to put the customer on the right car so we're able to be very profitable, so when the customer comes back, we're able to what? Serve them. Because if you're not making money, I don't care how much you want to serve somebody, because broke people can't help broke people. Now, here's the church guys. They're going to throw a couple of rocks at me. And let me say it one more time, because I duck very well. Broke people can't help broke people. You can pat them on the back. You can lift their spirits. You can pray for them. But you got to have something to be able to help them. If you're broke emotionally, you can't help somebody emotionally. If you're broke physically, you can't lift anything to help them. If you are broke money-wise, you're toast. Because there's going to be something built that is going to take some income. If the transmission goes down and the dealership is losing money, are you going to look at that guy and say, man, I'll be more than glad to spend that $3,000 to fix that transmission? No, you're going to go into the old way of saying, well, you had the 30-day, 30 feet warranty, whichever comes first. And by the way, if the car breaks, you got both halves. Congratulations. Get the hell out of here. See ya. No. You want to make money so you're able to help the customer. So what we did is we put that sales process so we're able to serve our customers better, and tell you the truth, so we can serve our employees and serve our leadership and serve our leadership and serve our business. So what is the sales process? It's pretty simple. It's on that page. And it's a no-fail sales process. And number one, it says meet and greet. Is that something very strange? Nope. But what's strange about it is we insist that our managers meet and greet that customer within the first 3 minutes. That's what's strange about it. Because a lot of our managers actually want to work. They don't have the option of not meeting and greeting a customer, because every manager that does not meet and greet a customer, that deal becomes a house deal. The managers don't get paid on it. So they meet and greet every customer. And the nice thing about it, rules are there to protect them. So when they do it, they actually want to get paid. It's kind of neat. And I want to. Qualify and build rapport. When we say qualify, we qualify for wants and needs. We don't qualify to see what you can qualify for. We're qualifying for wants and needs. Build rapport, we want to make sure that they're falling in love with us. Touch base with the desk. That particular step, step number 3, is probably one of the most important steps in the world. Obviously, what step is important? What's the most important step, guys? The one that you're on, right? So, but before they touch base with the desk, that customer has already met and greet. Met and what? A manager twice. Have they seen a car yet? Nope. They met and greet a manager twice before that closer, that finance manager, that team captain takes that deal to the tower manager. They already have all the information. They got a customer statement. They got the customer, where he lives, where he works, what he likes, what his daughter's name. He's got the whole information. They're family at that point. And the desk manager is talking to this closer and talking to this team captain and talking to the team leader and the salesman and telling them what cars, based on the information that the customer gave them, they should land them on. And we have one of the most incredible desking systems in the entire world. And I put my reputation, my name, against anybody. It's called Promax. One touch of a button, you're able to scan every single piece of inventory you have, from used to new, and they line it up from the highest profit to the lowest profit according to the payment. Okay, I don't care how good of a finance manager you are, you ain't that good. Okay, because I'm a pretty good finance manager, I still can't do it in 30 seconds. So we go and we tell the customer about that. We tell them we got this great system that allows you to find the best car for the kind of money that you want to spend. Did we lie? Nope. And we show them the 3 top cars, and the customer usually picks them. And then when we land them on the car, how do we land them on the car? With instructions. We tell the customer, look, according to the information you gave us, according to the wants and needs that you have, we are able to recommend these 3 cars. Now, if it happens you go outside and you don't like those 3 cars, which is very highly unlikely, but if it does happen, there's 2 things need to change. One, a lot more down payment, or a lot bigger payment per month. Oh, okay, no problem. So now the customer already thinks, these are the cars that I want to get. Yes? And it's that simple. Now, the rest of the steps are pretty simple and pretty standard. And I would say that all the steps are pretty standard, but we just have a different what? realignment. What is the positive part about doing these steps? First, you get high CSI. The customers are so happy. You get high referrals. Customer want to send you custom because they're very excited about being there. Number three, you get high grosses as you are profitable. Now, some of you think profit, is a dirty word. It's not. It's not. It's not. Because if you're not profitable, you can't give the customer the proper service. Some of you go to stores and buy a shirt and spend $100, $250, $300 for it. Some of you are paying that for jeans. Some of you are going to buying suits $2,500, $5,000. Do you think for a minute they're not high grossing you? Like, what does it cost to put a shirt together? $5, $10, $15 if it's Egyptian cotton? And they're clipping you at $250, $300. Am I right? But you feel good about it because there's somebody with a strange action touches your shoulder and says, "You look very nice in this shirt." Okay, great. Thanks. Appreciate it. Don't touch me again. Okay? But when I go back to that store, they already know what my favorite drink is. They already know what my favorite cookie is. They already know what my size shoes I have, and they're serving me. And that's what we want to do. We want to make enough money so we can serve the customers. Now, if you make a lot of money and you're not taking care of customers, shame on you. Because you're not going to have a lot of customers for a long time. You're just a renegade. And that needs to change. And you can change that because you're the leader of the organization. You know, we insist on selling the vehicle through vehicle selection and feature advantage benefit. I think I'm not really reinventing the car business right here, am I? Demonstration drive, as everybody test drive. Do we have anybody not test driving a car? Daryl? Gus? Brody? Alex? Jamin? Do we have people not test driving a car? What about the 395? What if they don't test drive a car? What happens? Yeah, because you'll get to test drive your vehicle all the way to your house for a few days. That's what happens. What do you mean? I mean 99% of the people, before they want to buy a car, they want to test drive a car. So if I'm going to sell less cars, all I have to do is test drive less people, right? Is that that's kind of neat, isn't it? Jamin, how many people we test drove 395, and while we're test driving, we were saying there's just no earthly idea how. And I just don't know how can this be a deal. But I'm going to have to test drive anyway. What happens? We end up what? Why? Because we controlled something very special, and it's called the process. We didn't play God. We just controlled the process. But my salespeople don't want to. Don't wanna. My salespeople don't wanna test drive a car. Okay, I'm glad it's an option. In your world, it's not. Because if it comes down to it, every single salesman wants what, guys? A gentleman or a lady with $5,000 down, a very weak mind, and an extreme willingness to buy. And yes, we want good credit too.
They want to be less than $600 a month on escrow.
That's it. That's what we want. Right? We want what you call a what? A lay down. Well, since you're not that good of an advertiser, I suggest that we become really good at being car people. Car guys. And the thing that we want to control is what? A process. And you have to be a maniac about it. Because the sales managers will get tired and they'll have fatigue and they want to take shortcuts. The salespeople will they will test that line just like my son tests every single rule I ever give him. And he knows I'm a lay down, but his mom, thank God, is a very strong-willed woman, and we're going to have a good son because of her, not because of me. Because I'll spoil him. But the bottom line is we have to what? Stick to the process, because that's the only thing we can control is the process. What if the guy with 800 Beacon score doesn't want to do it? It is a clear indication somebody needs to go straight back to the training class and have some human communication skills improved. That's what that means. What if he doesn't want to do this? It means that you did not follow the steps, you did not say the right thing, and you did not follow the directions. That's what it means. That's it. We have something really neat. It's called a service walk. We actually introduce customers to where they're going to service their car. We found out that 80-some% of the customers, they want to buy a car where they can service it. So it's kind of neat. We introduce them to the service walk. Number 8, before we talk about anything, we sit down and reestablish customer-salesman relationship. We give them a cookie, some milk, some soda. We never go into alcohol, but I've heard that some dealerships are doing that right now, so God bless you guys. Ooh, it's a tough crowd. Anyway, then from there we work the deal. Little inside jokes, leave that alone. God almighty. Close the deal. All right, let's get it back together. Work the deal, close the deal, follow up using 3, 30, and 3. What is 3 and 30 and 3? 3-hour follow-up from a manager and a salesperson, a 30-hour letter that got generated or a postcard that got generated through Promax that the customer gets, and a 3-day follow-up is when we call them and make sure that they're all happy and ask them for a referral. So the first 3 hours, hey, how you doing? Love you, appreciate you. All we're doing is leaving deposits in their emotional bank account. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. The 30 hours is when they immediately, the minute that customer gets into the F&I office, zzzt, a letter gets generated and get mailed. And then a 3-day follow is when we call them and ask them for a referral. And then number 12, called sharpen the saw, because it's constant and never-ending improvement. And we have, Daryl is going to show you something where we call it sales process evaluation, where we actually measure what the salesperson has done during that particular process, and we're able to do it. Now you say, Helmy, that seems like very involving. What if you have 200 customers? That's exciting stuff, man. That's awesome. And do me a favor, man. Don't double dip, triple dip, quadruple dip. You follow the process. You have 5 customers per salesperson, get some more salespeople. But do not let your salespeople wait on 4 or 5 customers at a time or 2 customers at a time. They can't even handle 1 for the love of God. And you're asking them to handle 2. What ends up happening if you're triple or double or triple dipping as holding 2, 3 customers? You don't sell any of them. Stacking, that's the term, stacking. You can't sell any of them, and if you do sell one of them, what ends up happening is going to be a very short deal, and it's not going to be very good. So let the customer wait. Well, they're bored. Then buy some plasmas. Put it on your dealership. Well, they're hungry. Get some chicken boxes or something. Feed them. Get some pizzas. Well, that's not right. It's not about right. It's not about wrong. It's about being rich. Sell more cars. If I have the ability to slow my customer down for a couple of hours, let me slow them down. Yes? But never, never give up your will to hold the process. That is a sales process that works for 800 Beacon Score, and this sales process that works for 395. And the faster you remove your head and those old thoughts of saying, he's a rat, I'm not test driving him, or he's an 800 Beacon, he's going to just pick the car and then we're going to discuss price. The faster you get rid of that junk, the faster you're going to make a lot of money. Help me, what if I have a manager that doesn't want to do that? It's not an option. What if I have a salesman that's really been with me for a long time, doesn't want to do it? Fire him. Because if he's been with you for a long time and still insists on hurting you, what you should do? Get rid of him. Helmy, that's kind of rough and tough. No, it's neither rough or tough. It's real. If I get really serious about this, it's because if you don't have this right, none of the other stuff is going to work.